Coach Jeff here, and I wanted to share some ideas on how to practice tennis a little bit at your house. I know there's a lot of courts that are closed. I mean, our facility, the reason why we're not working right now is because the club we work at is shut down, and we've even looked around for other courts and a lot of things are locked up. So to do some things at home can be a great way to get some practice or exercise, and I wanted to share probably 4 or 5 different little ideas that we can you can do at home or work with a family member at home. There is a joke at the end of the lesson or the end of the video, and stick around so you get to hear the joke at the end. Also, if you're looking for more specific individualized coaching, we do have a website, facetimetennis.com, and it's a way for you to send us video footage or even video chat to be able to get feedback if you wanted coaching in any way from one of us. But we're going to go through a couple ideas. I'm going to have Kim come out here, and we're going to start with a little exercise. We're going to use a softball, a foam ball, and basically just start with some easy volley exercises. And probably if you're a newer player, starting with some just ups and then passing would be a great way to kind of just get a rally started and get control. And again, this isn't that easy if you're brand new, but to do these exercises could get you started and maybe play with somebody like a family member. And if you are a little more comfortable with this kind of exercise, you can switch it to just one touch and be able to pass back and forth. And you can come up with all kinds of interesting ideas, like whoever misses has to do 5 push-ups or burpees or something to get more exercise and to kind of complement the hitting. And we're going to move around a little bit just to get some different perspective. So if you want to see kind of from the back or the front, we'll switch. But some of the things you do want to do is just really watch the ball, maybe be in a position where your body is ready to respond. It's kind of a comfortable grip, continental, that just makes it simple to kind of pop the ball back and forth. And a little bit of being ready to move with your body and kind of a little spring in your step. But just this kind of exercise would be a great way to establish kind of a way to volley practice at home. And you could even switch to a regular ball. We might get out of the screen here, and you could do further back. We're trying to stay close enough, close enough to be able to see it on camera. But you could get further distances if you feel more comfortable and volley from further back. So that's idea number 1. Now we're going to kind of move on to a couple other ideas. Okay, so this is a second kind of option, and it's for serve practice. And what we did was basically take a sheet. You could use any blanket or sheet or a tablecloth, and I strung up a rope. And you can see that kind of the black line. I don't know if it's hard to see from there, but all you need is a rope and a tablecloth, and it's a great way to practice serve. And Kim's going to come back here and demonstrate. She's good enough to hit a smaller target, so we didn't need a really big blanket or sheet, but you might want a wider target. But basically, regular serve practice. Go ahead. And that allows you to sort of have a target, aim specifically for certain areas, work on form, work on the strokes. You could do it as hard as you want, as soft as you want. You could use a foam ball. So there's a lot of options to this, but it's another simple way to just get some serve practice in and get repetitions on your serve. One more round. Looks like our sheet's kind of flailing a little. But this is another idea I think that's easy to set up at home. Oh, missed it. Try again. I thought she was good enough. Yeah, be careful what's behind your sheet. There we go. Okay, another idea is to use your garage. And I mean, a lot of people can just use a softball, foam ball, and just hit on the garage. I think that's plenty fine. What we did, we don't want to mess up the garage, and so we got some of these large plywood pieces. Actually, they were just in my garage. And you can use a couple of these to have a wider space. We're going to just use one. We just set this up. And we have a bad surface on the ground, so we put down this thing to kind of help the bounce be a little better. But another just example of hitting against a wall is a great way to practice. Just kind of keeping a rhythm, working on either forehands or backhands. And you can have like a consequence if you miss. You could like do 10 push-ups or something, or a burpee if you make mistakes. One of the games we do with a lot of our students, Kim's gonna come in here, and one of the games we do is take turns hitting, and that can be kind of a fun way to do this. Also, because if someone is a better player than the other, you can help them control it. Like if I have trouble hitting, she can kind of hit them more back to me, and it makes it simpler. Or you can make it kind of challenge each other a little, move each other around. Oh! I think it bounced twice. But you can kind of make it fun. Oh, she's still down. Anyway, so that would be a great way to kind of just work on against the wall. If you're good enough to use regular ball or this is it's like an orange, the orange ones. There's a couple options with that. Go ahead, and you can kind of take turns or just go solo. But this is a way to just get a lot of repetition on hitting and practicing. And I think that's about it. Grab the jump rope. Another, of course, is just doing exercises at home. And any jump roping, burpees exercise bands. But this is an example. An example of just another activity to do at home. One of the best exercises, in my opinion, for tennis is jump roping. A lot of the push-off step is critical for an explosive first step. And I think jump roping is one of the best things you can do. So to jump rope, and we're gonna show you a couple of exercise band and other things that you can do that are good tennis-related exercises. So more to come. So like I said, we did some jump roping over there, but other exercises that are good. I'm gonna let Kim show you. This is a medicine ball. It's actually kind of heavy. It's not, you can go bigger and heavier, and depending on how strong or small or young you are. But she's going to do a few examples of a variety of exercises.
So the first one, if you have a wall, you're going to do a wall sit. And you'll take your weight, the ball, or you can use a soup can or anything that has weight. And to make a tennis-like move, you're going to touch your weight to the wall, turn the other way, while you hold your wall sit. So you want to see if you can do it for about 30 seconds and then take a rest. The next exercise you can do to help your shoulders and your legs is a squat and a toss. So you're going to squat down like you're sitting in a chair, then toss the ball as you go up. Squat down like you're sitting in a chair, toss the ball up and catch. Squat and throw. And you'll want to do about 15 repetitions, then take a rest. So then Coach Jeff is going to help the next one. So you're going to do a little turn, like you're stepping in tennis, and catch. You're going to toss to your partner, and they're going to catch it. You're going to turn, toss to your partner, turn, toss.
Not sure if you can see me, but I'm just doing the same thing right back to her.
So it's kind of simulating your tennis swing, and you can do backhands. So you want to do can probably do about 20 tosses per side, then take a rest. So the next, if you have a resistance band at home, you can do a lot of exercises with those. So we have ours wrapped around a pole, but you can also do tennis-like moves where you're holding a squat and you're pulling the resistance band across. So really getting that twist in there. You can also isolate smaller muscles in your forearm by making little smaller movements and holding the resistance band a little further away from you to make it tighter, or it can be closer to you to be a little bit easier. And then you would switch sides to make sure you get both sides. And you can also work on some rows is another good exercise with both. You step a little bit away from it to give a little more resistance, or you can go a little closer to make it a little bit easier. But some of these exercises will just help all the little muscles in your shoulders and your legs, so then you're ready to play tennis. One shoulder one.
Yeah.
So you could do a little shoulder and a little down. It's a good rotator cuff exercise. The little tiny muscles in your shoulders. It's about shoulder height, holding like a scarecrow, and then bringing the palms down. nice and slow, about 20 times per exercise, and then take a rest.
All right, that's it. Okay, another little option that I think is beneficial is to actually work on your swing without hitting a ball and just practice swinging. And a good way to do this is like with a mirror. And so being able to kind of see yourself in the mirror is a great way to practice. And I've done this a ton. You did it a bunch, where you're just seeing if your kind of body and swing are coordinated, seeing if you're bending your knees. There's lots of stuff you can look for in your own kind of reflection. So she's gonna do an example of a few swings. Basically, like that's just some forehands. And I'll maybe come in a little bit, do some as a lefty, but just being able to see. She's got a pretty compact swing. Some people have a bigger swing. There may be some different things you can do, but just being able to see yourself helps you kind of see if there are things that look like they could be a little more effective. I guess it's my turn. So, but as a lefty, boom, and you can do kind of slow motion. You can kind of focus on where the contact would be. You can, practice items like releasing the racket. Just make sure you're not going to hit the mirror. But you can kind of, there's a lot of different ways. If you have a two-handed backhand, or if you have a one-handed backhand, and there's, some different techniques on those, but those are all good ways to kind of see yourself in the mirror and be able to repeat swings and practice it. So I think that's a good method. You can do serves. If you got room. I don't know if we have enough room. Volleys, and a bigger mirror would be nice. We just don't have a big mirror in our house, but another tip. Hope that helps. Okay, well, thank you for watching. We're stuck at home and enjoying the time spent with our doggies, and we hope we gave you a few ideas. Serving into a sheet, hitting against a wall, volleying with each other, other exercises. They're all good ways to sort of get some practice on your tennis at home, and hope you can kind of enjoy the home time as much as possible. Oh, and the joke, we almost forgot. Why was Mama Strawberry late to pick up baby Strawberry from school?
Because she was in a jam.
Because she was in a jam.